So I keep my glaze in these containers. They hold a lot more colors, but doesn't mean that you need to be a little bit more responsible when you're switching colors to make sure your brush is really clean, because there's just more colors that I have to clean out if you don't do that. Unlike watercolors, glaze does not need any water added. It's already ready to just dip and paint. So you just need the water to clean out when you're switching colors. For the most part, the colors you're seeing are fairly accurate to what they're gonna look like. For example, I have these are little test tiles. I've already fired them back in the kiln, so they're hard and shiny. So this is what it'll actually look like. So this is 17, so I'm looking for 17 right here. So this one. So you can see it still looks teal, but there's definitely a little bit of a color change. For every single one of these colors, I have a little test tile so you can see what it will look like when it is finished. Now, you'll notice each one of these has like 3 sections. The top is just when you have painted it one time. It's gonna look lighter and you can still see some of that white clay underneath. This one I've painted twice. I painted it one time, it dried, and then I painted it a second time. So you can see the color much better. And then this bottom one, I did it 3 times. I always recommend to do it at least 2 times, but you could also do it a third if you wanted. So one of the main things you need to know when you're glazing is do not paint the back. Now, if yours is standing like this without, like I could let go and it stands, then you can do the back, but just don't do you can't do the bottom. But mine, the only way I can set it down is flat, which is what most of yours is, and so you cannot paint the back. Okay, that's because the glaze melts when it goes in the kiln, and it would dry stuck to whatever it's sitting on. So this would end up being stuck to the kiln. You make a mistake with your glaze, there's really 2 ways to get rid of it. You can take it to the sink, wash it with water, and it will come off. Or when it's dried, like sometimes when I'm doing my second coat, if I got this on here, sometimes you can just kind of scrape it off with like a fingernail, end of a pencil. You can just kind of scrape it off and it will come off. So it does not count as a second coat if I go like this and then 2 seconds later I paint it again. It does need to dry between coats. So when you have painted it, I'm painting everything once and then I'm going back in and painting it again. Like this is dry, so I could probably go back in and paint that now if you're worried about forgetting what color you used.